All right, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining me here this afternoon on this kind of gray and dismal day. I don't know where all of you are in Jersey City, but I know up here in the Heights, oops, on this kind of gray and dismal day. I don't know where all of you are. Apologies for that. I'm still getting used to the technology, so occasionally make a mistake. It's not good to have your iPhone on and set to YouTube when you're trying to stream out a YouTube channel. So I apologize for that. I'm getting a little feedback today, so I'm gonna try to get that taken care of. There we go. I think I got that fixed. Again, I apologize. Like all of you, I'm home and learning new skills while we are quarantined in our residences and trying to maintain that social distance. So again, apologies. I was also told that I moved around a little bit too much in the last video. So I'm going to try to also make sure that I don't move around too much, but I'll apologize in advance for that. I'm kind of a nervous sitter, so to speak. I hope that you are enjoying National Poetry Month. And I hope that you were able to tune in right before this got started. I put up a little screen with a poem from one of my favorite poets, Paul Laurence Dunbar. Paul Laurence Dunbar was a native Daytonian, Dayton, Ohio, which is also where I'm from. So we were quite familiar with his works. Some of you may have heard of him, but if you haven't, he was actually one of the first, if not the first, African-American poet to really rise not only to national prominence, but also international prominence. And most of his works were written in dialect, but he was quite well regarded at the time, turn of the century. He was also friends with the Wright brothers, lived in the same neighborhood in Dayton, Ohio, actually. And he wrote the lyrics for a musical comedy called In Dahomey, which was in 1903 and was the first all African-American musical produced on Broadway. If you're interested in learning more about Paul Laurence Dunbar or reading some of his works, you can certainly check out jclibrary.org. I know that we have some of his collected works in some of our online resources and may have some of the documentary films available about his life as well. But again, it's Paul Laurence Dunbar. It's Lawrence with a U, L-A-U-R-E-N-C-E, Paul Laurence Dunbar. I also want to acknowledge that we are celebrating National Arab American Heritage Month. And for those of you who are celebrating, I'll add Ramadan Mubarak. Look out for our new library newsletter, which will be out shortly, and will include some movie and also book recommendations that may be of interest to you. And certainly you can, again, go to jclibrary.org and search on or search in either Hoopla or Canopy, and you can find some really wonderful films, wonderful content, such as the film Ajami, nominated for a Best Foreign Language Film, a Best Foreign Language Film Oscar. This is also National Autism Awareness Month. And you'll see that there is a virtual book club on our Facebook page. And live on April 20th was at 7 p.m. Funny You Don't Look Autistic by Michael McCreary. And this Saturday, he will be featured in one of our events as well. And again, you can find that at either our Facebook page or at jclibrary.org. Every week, I want to take the opportunity to share some of your stories about your experience in using our libraries. And this week, we have a story from one of our patrons who visits the Pavonia Street branch the most. What they say is, we want to thank the librarians at the Pavonia Street branch for all of their help over the years. They're always incredibly helpful with finding books, sorting things out when we lose books, and especially helpful and supportive recently in helping us to start adjusting to life with coronavirus. We last visited the library on one of the last days it was open before the shutdown, and one of the librarians gave us 2 pairs of gloves, which made my son love them even more. So thank you for sharing that story. And I want to give a shout out to all of the staff who work at the Pavonia branch. Libraries really are, first and foremost, supported by our staff. We simply could not do the work that we do without them. They are our primary resource. So congratulations this week to the staff at the Pavonia branch. You clearly make an impact on people's lives with the work that you do. So thank you for that and keep it up. We have a lot of new programs. Hopefully you had a chance to take a look again at jclibrary.org or our Facebook page. I'm particularly proud of the staff this week. It's just amazing how many programs we've been able to offer, and it continues to grow. We particularly have a number of new children's programs. I myself took advantage of a couple of the programs that we offered last week. We had a great cocktail mixing program offered by our city prosecutor. We also had a DJ for a night of dance music, which was phenomenal. But I enjoy all of our programs. I'm like a proud parent. I can't have a favorite program. I have to make sure that I love them all, and I do. So I hope you do too. Please take advantage of these programs. I know the staff love doing them, and I know that our community loves seeing them. I've stopped counting, but last time I looked, we've produced more than 80 hours of content available through Facebook Live. And the last time I looked, we were around 80,000 views. So they're getting used quite heavily. I suspect we're probably closer to 100 hours of content now, and we may be getting close to the 100,000 view mark. So again, congratulations to all of our staff who are producing this content, almost all of it in their homes with either library technology or their own technology. Completely, I think, unscripted, and they're doing a phenomenal job. So congratulations to all of you. We have 11 programs lined up for Friday and Saturday of this week, and we've added some new programming. We have, among other things, chess, Pilates, yoga, bingo, guitar lessons, hip hop music. So there literally is something for everyone. So please tune in. You can find it on Facebook Live. You can find the schedule at jclibrary.org. I want to mention a special project that we've just begun to document the stories of Jersey City residents during quarantine. I want to congratulate the staff of the New Jersey Room for getting this off the ground so quickly. We've launched this new project called Visions of 2020, Jersey City and Hudson County in the COVID-19 era, a community history project. Like many libraries actually around New Jersey and around the country, we really want to hear what your experiences are. Those experiences will become an important part of the New Jersey Room, our archive that's at the main library. Without question, we're living in an historic time that's going to be remembered for years to come and for generations to come. Please help us to enrich the record of this time by documenting your experiences, the experiences of your family, and your feelings in a form that feels right to you. We want your help in creating a record documenting what was happening behind the scenes during this time. We really want to focus on the lives of real people, real residents, and creating a record of the community during quarantine. Some of you may have seen the announcement already. We posted something on our Facebook page, and now you can find information directly on our website, jclibrary.org, by clicking on the New Jersey Room button. I need to mention for a moment as well, there's still time to complete the US Census if you haven't already. This is very important for a number of reasons, including representation and also funding. Much of the funding that we receive from the federal government is based on population. So we want to make sure that it is an accurate count that is being turned in. The census aims to count the entire population of the country and at the location where the person usually lives. The census will ask questions of people in homes in group living situations, including how many people live or stay in each home, and the sex, age, and race of each person. The census is regulated by the Constitution, which calls for an actual enumeration once a decade since 1790. You should fill out the census, as I mentioned, for several reasons. Responding to the census is not only a civic duty, it also affects the amount of funding that our community receives, how our community plans for the future, and our representation in government. Specifically, data from the 2020 census will be used to ensure public services and funding to schools, hospitals, and fire departments, planning for new homes and businesses that will help improve our neighborhoods, and it will determine how many seats our state is allocated in the House of Representatives. Mayor Fulop has stated, we estimate that for every resident of Jersey City not counted in the census, the city loses approximately $15,000 in funding over the next 10 years. So obviously it's very important. The sooner households fill out a form on their own, the fewer door knockers the Bureau will have to try to send out to visit homes in person. So please, if you haven't done it already, please fill out census. It's very easy to do, and it really just takes a few minutes of time. It's not too late, and it's still very important for you to participate. You can fill it out online, you can fill it out by phone, or you can send it in by mail. If you have any questions, please visit jclibrary.org, and you can ask a librarian in our virtual chat. Remember that it's important for representation, it's important for funding, and we really do want to be Newark and become the biggest city in New Jersey. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know. I'm the only one here, so who's going to stop me from saying that? So let's go fill out your census. Let's try to get those numbers up. Now with that, oh, we have a question. This is the Q&A time. How can I sign up for the library's weekly newsletter? It's very easy to do. Just visit our website, which is jclibrary.org. And with that, I'll open it up to other questions as I try to manage these questions. I'm getting some positive responses from my remark about beating Newark. So thank you for that, and some smiles. Any questions from the audience today? And thank you for the compliment on my blazer. I don't know who that is, JCPL34. All right, well, with that then, I will let you go. Please be safe. It's very windy out there, and I think we're expected to get a lot more rain. So please be careful. Please maintain social distancing and try to stay home. Enjoy your evenings, enjoy your family, and enjoy this time that we have. All right, well, thank you, and I'll see you all again next week. Take care, and goodbye.